Well, greetings and salutations, guys and girls. It's the off-grid warrior and ranger. He's around here somewhere. And the girls, sorry ladies, didn't forget. Well, good evening, guys. Yeah, I see there's a few people here tonight. Can somebody let me know in chat if the audio is good, guys? I haven't got any feedback on that. So, yeah, somebody let me know if you can hear me. Yes or no? Anthony Z. Warrior, Merry Christmas from Pennsylvania. Hey, Anthony Z, thank you. Merry Christmas to you, mate. Thanks for swinging in. As you can see, guys, I have the Christmas lights up. This is not typically how I roll. I thought I'd get somewhat festive in here. Adam S, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. All good, good. Awesome, guys. Yeah, oh, it's a big one today. We've got a total of 8 people watching, guys. It's a real doozy. Rangers here. I've got the coffee is actually steeping right now. Yeah. So hopefully everybody had a good week. I can't believe Christmas is around the corner. Ranger's just staring at me over here. He's a weirdo. Yeah, let me know how your week's been. 1, it's been good. 2, not so good. 1 good, 2 not so good. Or 3, you're really excited about the weekend. Yeah, so yeah, I haven't got quite as much done this week as I would have liked to. I was a little bit of a lazy boy. So we're going to have to get things done here in the next few days. I think I'm just going to palm it off as the Christmas season is here, and I'm taking a vacation. Yeah, Anthony Z, what are my plans for the holidays? No plans, mate. Just yeah, no plans. Obviously, I like to get to the old big house for an event through Christmas. So that's probably about it. Ranger, why do you do this every time I start streaming? I think my dog gets a little excited because it's usually so quiet in here and around. It's not like I talk to myself all the time. So when I'm sitting here and, talking, he feels like, something's going on. So maybe I need to let him out. We'll play that game tonight. In out. Yeah, so I put together a little bit of a what shall we call it? A video smorgasbord of I don't know, maybe the last year and a bit. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys an idea. I've had some people ask me about the chicken coop and so on. So I've got some footage of me, building the coop. A lot of the stuff you're going to see tonight, I've just never put out or released. I'm sitting on a lot of video on projects that I've done around the little homestead. Building the smokehouse, I mostly documented, and the coop, and I just never bothered making videos out of it. So you guys will see some of the stuff. Also, some of the footage is not that great. I have this old GoPro that I was using at the time, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it wouldn't, and I don't know. Sometimes the footage was grainy. I could never dial things in with that old GoPro. It kind of had a mind of its own. So there's a mix match of clips tonight, and yeah, guys, it's about 27 minutes long. Maybe we'll split it in half and see if people are still around before we go into the second half. See if you guys have any questions or comments or so on. So. Yeah, Little Griff, it was pretty frosty for a couple, but warming up now. Yeah, well, I think we've had a similar type of weather up here or down here from you. We had some snow, and then we had a thaw, and then we had some snow, rain mix, and then we just had rain, and then we had a freeze, and then some more snow. Yeah, so in the last week and a half, we've just run the gamut of, snow and mush and rain. So it's pretty dirty out there right now. I'm not able to fire up the snowmobile and get it moving. So just because of the lack of good deep snow. So guys, bear with me. I gotta let Ranger out there, you know, he's whining again. Hang on. Okay, yeah. So well, we got you, little Griff. Yes, we can hear you pretty good. Okay. Yeah, guys, there's a little bit of a delay from you know, me talking to you guys, getting the voice, and you know, me replying again. So you know, pardon me if things are a little discombobulated with me responding to questions and the delay. I'll try and get my head around that a little bit better. So yeah. So yeah, we've got a few people now, and you know, maybe we'll just go into the video if there's nothing else you guys want to say. Tonight was a little bit of a little bit of a rush, but good news, guys. I did actually get the snow melted for shower water. We got 2 pots going, and I did all of the snow melting and shower water and showering before the stream. Last stream, I got the shower done pretty late. You know, if some of you don't know, I don't have running water up here. So what I do for shower water is I melt snow in pots, and you know, I get the pots on the fire. I have a little cook center outside the cabin, and so I'll melt the snow in the pots, and you know, that's how I get my shower water. Needless to say, it takes a while, guys. And last stream I decided to do all of that after the stream, which was 3 hours, and so yeah, I think I got to bed around about 2 a.m. after the last stream. The joys of living off grid, folks. Yeah. So okay, well, I think what we'll do, guys, is if some of you are new, what we do is we roll some clips here. I'll get a video going, and if you have any questions or any comments about the video during the stream, you can just type them in chat, and you know, I'll respond to you either in audio or you know, or respond to you in chat. So that's how it works. I don't know if you guys can hear Ranger outside. He's barking at something. We've had quite a bit of activity here lately. I mentioned on the last stream we have some I use the quote very loosely, some trappers in the area, and you know, and what they do is they like to dump a bunch of you know, guts and bones and carcasses all over the mountain, or they pick a couple spots and they'll set their cameras up, and then you know, wait till wolf season rolls along. But they start baiting right now and essentially chumming the wildlife, bringing everything in so they can then put the metal down during hunting season, put the foot traps down in hunting season, and do what they do. So there's a few of these guys up in the valley in my area now, and you know, doing their thing. So Ranger, of course, being a hound dog, you know, he knows exactly what's out there. So you know, if there's something stinky and gross out there rotting, he knows. And yeah, and of course in the evenings when the activity comes out, the wolves show up, and you know, they start doing their howling and calling each other because they've got, you know, a free meal served up. So these evenings, this time of the year, can get busy for Ranger because he's aware of what's going on out there. Of course, I can't smell anything, and I quite often can't hear anything, but he does. So yeah. Okay, well, guys, what I'm going to do, we're going to roll into the clip now. And again, if you have any questions, any comments, let me know. And we'll go from there. And I'll get my coffee. I got one more pour to do, and then my coffee mug will be full. So, yeah, thanks for swinging by, guys and gals. I appreciate it. And let me see if I can roll into the video. If for some reason there's no audio or something weird is going on, please, guys, let me know in chat. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's roll the video. Well guys, I never thought I'd be so excited to have a door like that. Nothing fancy, I know, but guess what? It actually works, guys. A little tight on the top of there, just a smidge. I can do a little bit of work and get it working a little bit better. Sorry guys, it's probably dark in here. Probably can't even see that, but anyways, it kind of works, guys. Okay, fired up the generator. I have a jigsaw, but it's not battery operated. Old school guys. Old school's the best school. So we're gonna cut some holes now, and so I've got my rough 6-inch over there. We're gonna put this over. Take a look. I'm gonna mark the exterior of the chimney now, and then cut that. So that's not going to be too exciting to watch, guys. So we'll take a look at it when I'm done here. Also, I don't want you to see me screwing up. Cheers. Well, guess what I got, guys? Yeah, window. Pretty cool. The joys of not having a road up to where you're building. My shower chair, sometimes used, sometimes not. And then of course, ladies, only the finest for my delicate skin. Yes ma'am. What you see over there is a rain barrel. I got that up here a few days ago, and got the gutter up here. Well, it's not really a gutter, it's some roof trim, but you know, I'm using it as a gutter. And we're filling the old barrel up. Ah, oh, got it. It's a little icy. Okay, I think it'll work. Oh, nothing like lukewarm water. Who needs running water? Ha! Running water's for losers, guys. Nah, this is how you do it. Well, greetings, salutations, guys and girls. Self-grid warrior, doing a bit of work up on the roof. Because even living in the woods takes money. Sadly, guys. Well, apparently Ranger has found something in this here log. Hi, do I look special? I feel special. Whoa, touchdown. Well, greetings, salutations, guys and girls. It's the Off-Grid Warrior and Ranger. Right on time, buddy. Where you been? Yeah, guys, so a little bit of work going on today. We're continuing with the chicken slash quail megaplex. I envisioned in my head when I started this project just a quaint, cute little chicken coop, and it's turned into some kind of monstrosity. So we're just going to go with it, guys. Well, guys, it's a pretty warm day today. It's 102 degrees currently. Ranger and I are just trying to, you know, survive in the heat. Getting some work done too, guys. I know it's taking a while to get this done. But today, hopefully, I'll make some good progress on the front side over here. You know, the two big things left are the roof and the two doors that I have to make in the front. So, yeah. We'll see how much we get done today. Like I say, it's pretty hot today, so we're working nice and slowly, not you know, beating ourselves to death. So there you go, guys, making it happen. Friday, boys. And you know what that means, right? Make it happen. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Don't sit around and pick your nose, alright? Get out there. Cheers. Yeah! That almost didn't work. Well, boys, Ranger and I are getting back from town. There he is. We're getting back up to the cabin. I'm going to attempt to fire up the old quad and get down to the pickup truck while we still can. The snow just started up. I think I should be able to get the quad down because I don't know, I've got 20 gallons of, a little more than 20 gallons of water in 5-gallon containers to get up here. It's my drinking water. We've got 3 5-gallons cans of gasoline and I think like a 40-pound bag of dog food. And I mean, if I have to, I'll carry it up here, you know, one at a time, but we're gonna see if we can get the old 4-wheeler on the job before we get more snow, which we will be getting. So yeah, fun times. Let's go, little lady. Start for me. Choker going. Oh yeah, come on. Oh, turn gas on. That'll help. Oh yeah, we'll let it warm up. Yeah, yeah. Who needs a snowmobile when you have the old two-wheel drive Suzuki? Wondering if I can do 2 at a time. Fingers crossed. Let's go. Okay. Well, we got 5 more containers to go. Okay, we're at 3 more water to go. Yeah. Well, fancy meeting you here. Shall we do this? Am I getting all the good angles here? I can't not have like a hill climbing shot, right, guys? I feel like I'm dribbling. Doesn't look good on camera, guys. I need to look my best at all times. Hey camera guy, I need you to get a better angle. Gonna make a nice warm and toasty fire. But hang on, still got one more container to bring up. I thought I was done. Okay, I think I'm done with the filming, guys. This last one I'm gonna do solo without you guys watching. Ranger agrees. Hey folks, okay, so take number 5 or 6. This is take number 6. Maybe I'll get it right now. Yeah, so what you see here is I've created some kind of tow hitch for the plastic sled behind the snowmobile. The problem I've had in the past, because I'm a slow learner, is when I brake or slow down with the snowmobile, the sled continues. And so I've had to alter my riding and just slow down very slowly, always pay attention to the sled. But this year I'm going pro with some homemade hitches. So yeah, the idea is to have these 2 bars like this, hopefully preventing the sled from plowing into the back of the snowmobile. So everything is just going to be tied by rope. Looking at this now, I may have done things a little too short, but we'll see if it works. There are systems one can buy to do this, but you know, I don't have money to spend, so we'll just wing it and make something. So I'm gonna tie everything together and you know, see what it looks like. Unfortunately, there'll be no riding today. I don't have enough snow, but I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row, guys. The other thing we need to build is a little container or cargo carrier for Ranger, so he can sit on the back over here. So we're gonna have to figure that out too, coming up here in a few days. So anyways, let's do this. Okay, well, you know, I didn't want to do things too tight. We shall see what happens here. That is called a reef knot, guys. I've just done it multiple times. It's not a granny knot. Granny knots are knots that you're just kind of tie in such a way that it's probably not coming undone again. You know, just winging it. But that is called a reef knot. Actually, I've used reef knots on all of these, so you get the general idea, guys. You know, we want this thing to be a little flexible and to be able to move. Quite a bit of movement when you're towing. We'll just hope that that works, guys. I don't know. We shall see. Let's just say there's no way it's going into the snowmobile. I'm just wondering, not damaging anything there. Yeah, well, I think we'll go with this and see what happens. I had myself muted there, guys. Yeah, I wanted to drop in a video in that clip and I couldn't find it at the time. So I'm just going to show you guys, give you some context. Last year, the snowmobile, my old snowmobile, broke down on me, and I was hauling water and groceries and things up on foot behind the sled, up and down the mountain, and I found the clip that I was looking for. So I'm just going to show that to you guys now, and we'll get to the video again. There's like 10 minutes left, but here we go. Well, greetings, salutations, guys and girls. It's a Ranger and me, the off-grid warrior, and heading down the mountain once again. Today I'm going to make another attempt to get into town. It's an all-day excursion. It takes about 2 hours to get down to the vehicle. It'll probably take about 3+ hours to get back home this evening. So yeah, good times. Hope you guys are having a good day. Take it easy. something. What you got there, Ranger? Bring it. Come on, bring it here. Bring it. I think Mr. Ranger has found himself something. Buddy. Oh. What do you find here, mate? Oh boy. Seriously? The problem when Ranger finds, you know, these treats like this and starts munching on them, all sorts of things can go wrong, you know. I had a dog once which, let's just say, ate so many skulls and carcasses and bones. Not because I didn't feed him, but he did it to the point where he got jammed up and literally, let's just say, things weren't going well for him to the point that the dog was prolapsing because of, you know, bones, animal bones. So that was an uncomfortable time because it was over a Christmas period and there were no vets available. So yeah, it was a tough time. That was my first dog, having to deal with him, you know, prolapsing and me having to tape things up to keep his insides from falling out. But that was all due to bones, guys. So, anyways, come on, buddy. Okay. Yeesh. No. Hey, stop. Stop. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, you naughty. Well, guys, yeah, Ranger rolled in something fairly disgusting. And let's just say he smells like rotting, decayed deer. Nice one, buddy. So he's not going to be happy. We're going to have to get some snow, melt it, and wash him, because there's no ways I'm letting Stinky Boy into the old shack tonight. He's pretty putrid, guys. So snow time, make fire, wash dog. Oh, come here, Ranger. We got a special surprise for you. Come on, come here. Come on. Come here. Come here, Ranger. Come on. See, he knows something's up. Come on, get in here. I'm even going to take the pine needles out of the water for you, buddy. How kind am I? Hot. Some gloves. Still don't know what's happening, hey? Yeah. Ranger? stand in here. Get in here, buddy. Oh, yeah. Good, nice. Sit. Oh. Oh, very nice. Problem is... What else? What other tools can I bring into this little party? Oh. That's full of quail guts. Maybe we can use the... Yes, that'll do. Okay, buddy. No, come. Yeah, stay. Oh, yeah, good boy. Look at that. Are you ready? Sorry, buddy. Oh, yeah. That's nice, huh? No, you gotta stay, bub. Oh, yeah. Let's wash that rotting, putrid deer guts and poop off of you. Sorry, buddy. Stinky. Yeah, you do. You stink. Inside? Yeah. There you go. Good boy. Woo! And that was that, guys. Well, guys, the last 3 golden beets that I grew this year, there they are. We're gonna cook them up once the snow's melted, of course. Need to get some more wood in there. That'll be dinner tonight, maybe with some, I'm guessing, what do we have? Pasta? What shall we call this dish? Pasta beets. Yeah, pasta beets. Ah, yes, the joys of not having any running water, guys. You too can live like this, off-grid, in the boonies. Yeah, the golden beet. You guys probably can't see this, but just yellow and an orange. Really quite pretty. And I treat these beets just like potatoes. You just cook them like a potato, chunk them up or whole, whatever you want to do. And they taste quite delicious and filling, just like a potato. They're definitely not the greatest for pickling. They're not like the red beets. We'll save all these ends. I'm going to chop them up for the chickens. They'll eat it. So I'll just be, once we've got water in here and boiling, I'll do the bulk of the boiling in here and finish them off inside. Save some propane. These do take a while to get cooked. So, yeah. Good times. Audio. I keep on muting myself, guys. See, I've got a mute button on top of the mic, and you know, Doggo is whining and grunting and who knows what else. So I try to mute that out, and then I forget the button's on. So, yeah, okay. So that's it, boys. It was quite a smorgasbord of clips. Yeah, I've had some questions on the chicken coop and all of that, so it's easier for me just to dump some clips in there and everybody can see how the whole thing happened. It took quite a bit of time. Just me, myself, and Ranger. All the materials were hauled up on foot and quad, so as you guys saw there. Yeah, I think once I get rid of the quail, guys, so that coop is split in half. There's a wall in the center, and half of it is chicken, and the other half is the quail. And once I get rid of the quail, I think that coop will become... the chicken quail megaplex will just become the chicken megaplex. I might use that other half as storage, or I don't know, someday if I get that little Nubian milking goat, I might put that in there. Muted. Family plan. Am I still muted? Or is that an old muted? Yeah, you guys let me know. Am I muted? Have I been talking for the last 2 minutes? Muted? It looks all good on my end. Yeah, family plan. Let me know if I'm still muted, mate. If I don't get any feedback in chat guys, I don't know. So, yeah, you're good now. Sweet. Yeah, like I said, boomer moment. Even though I'm not a boomer, so that's what everybody does nowadays. Just blame the boomer. Just kidding, guys. All right, just kidding. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Any questions? Anythings? Chat's been kind of slow tonight. I see there's a few regulars that are missing. Well, it is Christmas, I guess. People are with their families and, charging up the credit card, getting gifts for everybody. GMA Sue. Is that Grandma Sue? Thank you. You hear me. Somebody hears me. Get 2 goats. They do better. Paired minimum. They do better. Yeah. 2 goats, huh? I don't know. I can barely feed the quail, guys. I think with goats, at least in the spring and summer months, I could let them out on some kind of chain or rope and let them browse the brush that's around here. But yeah, I don't want to be feeding anything that can't somewhat take care of itself going ahead here. Yeah. Family plan. I'm digging the lights in the background. Yeah, family plan. This is me doing my part with the Christmas spirits there. I don't think they'll stay up here. Maybe they will. I don't know. But I'm trying to get the festive mood up here, guys. With nobody. Not sharing the space with other peoples and persons and things. It's I lose track with what's really going on out there. So I drove into town. Was it yesterday or the day before? It's all a blur, guys. Drove into town and all the Christmas decorations were up and people were saying Merry Christmas. They still do that in small towns, guys. So that's the upside of living rural. And I got in there, saw all the Christmas stuff, and I thought, well, it's Christmas, I guess. I better get in the mood. So that was nice. I'm a little out of touch here at times. Yeah, either going to town for mail check, or it's to church, which is, as some of you guys know, that's a couple hours away. So been a bad boy the last couple of weeks. So. Hopefully be able to get in tomorrow. You could just summer goats, then harvest. I could, yeah. I mean, I spent quite a bit of time in parts of the world where goats were pretty common. Goat ribs. I won't say that goat meat is my all-time favorite. There's really not a lot of meat on it. It can be kind of tough. I mean, you could stew it. But yeah, I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's not my go-to meat. And I think if I was pursuing goats for meat, I would want a good feeding plan for them too, to maximize the time. I don't know how great the small Nubian goats are for meat. I don't know. I haven't had much experience, but if I had to get another animal, it would probably be some kind of milking goat. I do miss my milk, guys. Yeah. So yeah, I also want to just put out, guys, I'm putting a link into the chat right now. If anybody is inclined to support the channel, there's a support link in the chat. Feel free to, if you can, guys, support the channel with using that link. Also in the description to the video, there are some links for some chicken and quail food. If anybody's, the Amazon links, guys, so you could always just send that to me. I have my address. PO box is in the description as well, guys. So, okay, yeah, we got the shilling done. I'm always uncomfortable doing that, but I'm gonna put it out there. Thank you, guys. Ranger, you want to come up here, buddy? You want to come up? I think we'll make a tradition. Maybe he can get to come up here during streams only, so you guys can come up. You guys can see, the real star of the show. Yeah, so I know I'm creating a real bad habit here. Yeah, if 10 years ago, if you told me that I'd be attached to a dog, I would have said no ways. I've never really been a dog person. And yeah, apparently, no, buddy. Apparently dogs, they do have their uses. I'm not sure what use Ranger is. He's can be, a little annoying most of the time. He's a hound dog, as some of you know. So, he's special needs in some areas. Little Griff off-grid Alberta. Merry Christmas, friend. Gotta run. Season's greetings to you all. Hey, Little Griff, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I got to tune in, watch some of your videos. Yeah, shortly. I actually don't spend a lot of time on YouTube, guys. Besides getting my videos out and then getting off again. So, whoa, hey,
Adam
nice. Thank you, Adam S. I really appreciate it. $14.99. All right, thank you, sir. You see, guys, I've got this new little feature here that pops up on the screen if you do a super chat or gift me on YouTube. There's a little pop up and so on. I got to figure out some better audio for the alerts. I'm learning as I go along, guys. Quite frankly, I don't know how long I'll be doing this, but I'd like to do it as best as possible. Thank you, Adam S. I really appreciate it, mate. Not sure how much milk is, but Merry Christmas on me. Yeah, I think $14.99 will definitely get some good quality milk, sir. Thank you, Adam. Cool. Yeah, and Adam, I think you're the first one with the little red icon after your name there. That's like I think a 1 monther. You've been a member for 1 month. You're the first. Thank you. Anyways, yeah, Ranger is your best friend. Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah. Terrible in the car. Terrible going anywhere with him. I spend a lot of time looking and whistling and shouting for him if I let him out of my sight for too long. He'll head off on a multiple hour adventure with no issues at all. So yeah. Family Pan gang, yeah, the dog gang. Yeah, he as you guys saw, man, if there's something stinky and rotten out there, he'll get into it. The joys of having a hound dog, guys. And I don't have any previous experience training hound dogs, and quite frankly, I put 0 to no training time into him. So he's a bit of a wild man, just like me. Doesn't like to listen, prefers to do his own thing. doesn't like to be reprimanded. So yeah. Yeah, guys. So yeah, any other questions on what you saw this evening? You can see the quad, the two-wheeled quad. I managed to fire that up and get some use out of it. Obviously, once we get too much snow up here, there's the quad sits for most of winter. It doesn't go anywhere. I like to fire it up every now and again just to make sure everything's running. But it was nice. We've had this little bit of a thaw, and I was able to see a little bit of dirt there, and get the quad fired up and do that big haul of gas and water. Yeah, and it's going to take quite a bit of snow, guys, before I can get the snowmobile up to the cabin. You can see some of the roadway or pathway up here. It's not really a roadway; it's an old skidding path. It's quite rocky, and until I get a good 10 inches foot of snow on there, I just can't bring that snowmobile all the way up to the cabin. So it looks like, unless we have an absolute dumping of snow, that I'll be carrying items up here for quite some time. But no biggie. We just do what we got to do, guys. Regardless of the situation, there's no calling or getting somebody else to do it. So just get her done, as they say. Mute. If I can't take my dog somewhere, I probably ain't going. Well, yeah, I'm kind of forced into that over here. I don't like leaving Ranger in this small little cabin here. Although he's pretty disciplined, if he needs to go potty, there's only once have I had a problem after leaving him in here for a day, where I came back to an issue, and he had a bad stomach at that point, and it wasn't pretty. Other than that, I've never really had a problem. But I don't do it very often. I don't leave the dog up here, and especially in winter, there's just no ways I could leave him in the fenced area. There's no way for him to stay warm. I don't have a doggy door. I've been looking at doggy doors. I may have to make something eventually, because sometimes it can be a little annoying letting him in and out. Some of you dog owners, it's a little game you play with your dog every now and again. He really needs a doggy door, but yeah, even these dog doors just seem to cost an arm and a leg. I don't want to spend. Now I have a homemade door. Stop. I have a homemade door. There's no ways I'm going to go spend $200 or $180 on a doggy door in my, to put in my homemade door. I need to figure something out. But that is, at the moment, my door is a bit of a problem when we have a lot of wind, that big freeze in winter and wind. Because it's a homemade door, the cold weather does get in here through that doorway. The seal isn't the greatest, and last year, maybe I can dig up some photos, the whole inside of my door, inside the cabin, even with a fire going, the inside of my door was frosted and icy. So it's one of those things I keep on putting off until I have to deal with it. So I need to either get some bigger foam around the door or figure it out, because if I stand near the door now, I can feel a breeze coming in, even though it's closed. So good times. Hey, yeah, thank you, Sue. You have a good evening too. I appreciate it. Sorry, I was babbling on there for too long about leaky doors. Thank you for coming. We'll see you next time. Yeah, so. Oh yeah, Adam, I see there's all sorts of things. Let's celebrate their third super on a live stream. Oh, Adam S, you're leading the pack here, sir. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so yeah, a little more snow. The quad won't be able to be used, and I don't know, this icy rain that we've been having. I had some rain. We had some rain this afternoon, guys, just before I sort of came in. Can you stop? Just before no, just before we came in this evening, another drizzle on top of, ice and mushy snow. So who knows what's going on. Yeah, I've given up. You know, I try not to look at the forecast, guys, because it's often wrong. I don't know how these guys get their jobs. I think, you know, with large storms, large weather systems, you may be able to forecast with some accuracy. But if there's anything mild, especially in mountainous areas, you know, things seem to get a little iffy at times. And yeah. You know, we could have wind from one direction and then from another, and you know, just 20 miles away it's dumping with snow. Here it's not. It's the joys of living in a fairly mountainous region. Yeah. So yeah, guys, any more questions? I see there's a few people watching, only a few people chatting, guys. Come on, why are you folks sitting back there lurking? Got to have some questions or something to say. Actually, guys, I'll be honest with you. I've never had a use chat on YouTube or any social media. I've never chatted, so I kind of understand, guys. If you're you know, like to lurk in the background and not say anything, that's fine. I get it. Yeah, I actually set these lights up, guys, about 20 minutes before, you know, the stream started, in a panic, trying to string them up, and of course they came in this perfectly wound up ball of lights, and then as I'm putting up, it's just getting into knots. So it took me about 10 minutes, and I had a bunch of other stuff to do before the stream. It took me 10 minutes just to get all the knots out of the string lights. So it was a little bit of panic while I was putting them up to still be on time. So they right now are just running off a little USB phone charger, and yeah, I have a couple of these, guys. This one I've had for years. I bought it many years ago. It's by a company called PowerAd, and they don't make them anymore. I don't see this particular model, but I've used and abused this thing, and you know, I've used it to run, you know, overhead lights in a cabin. I've had it for at least 3-4 years, and it still goes strong, and it holds charge really well. It's heavy. I've gone through a couple newer ones which are super light. They don't weigh anything, and they don't last long either. Can you stop? Mr. Ranger over here. Yeah, it just seems like sometimes you buy these cheap battery backups and they literally last 2 months. The button either breaks or they lose their charge. So, but that one, PowerAd's been really good. Anthony Z, Merry Christmas from Pennsylvania. Did I go back on chat? Oh, I did. Yeah. Right. Hey, Family Pan. Thank you, hey. Good night. Oh no, that's not to me. Sorry, guys. I'm way behind on chat here. You're not talking to me. Family Plan. Any root cellar plans? No, sir. There's no root cellar plans. There's no ways I'm digging up here, guys. By hand, I would have to get some kind of equipment up here to dig a root cellar. I've pondered it, but without some kind of digging equipment, I'm not hand digging. I've tried to dig around here on other projects, and you're just hitting rocks all the time. So a shovel hitting rocks, you're just not getting very far. Even I resort to the pickaxe now and then to dig some of my fence poles, and I often have to move the post or move the entire plan because I'm just hitting a giant boulder. So yeah, without heavy equipment, no. Any root cellar plans? Norgivia Tisdall. Sorry, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. How do I get started buying my own land? If I wanted to do it at 23, work a low-paying job, should I get a loan? Well, I'll be honest with you, guys. Some of you know my feelings on loans and being in debt. I would say no. Do whatever you have to do to figure out a plan not to get into debt. You may find yourself getting into debt to buy some kind of remote property, and then once you get out on that remote property, you're going to have to pay that debt, and you could find yourself struggling to find work or to stay employed like I have recently. It's one thing living out in the boonies, but you know, finances are still required for basics, and you're gonna have to figure that part out. So I've seen folks over the years, guys, families. I can think of 4 that I've known fairly well and have been close geographically to, and know their story. Families who have come in, young couples. Another family, not that young, but with, you know, grown kids, buying property, getting a loan, coming out. And I can think of 4 that a year, 2 years later, they were gone. Went through a winter and just figured out, well, this isn't as comfortable as we thought it was. We can't afford it. Everything costs money. You know, we want to put in a septic tank. That costs us an arm and a leg. Then, you know, we're not allowed to, or our plans are rejected, and you're just hemorrhaging money. Now you have a loan on this remote property, and quickly you find yourself in a spot of trouble. I'm not saying that always happens, guys, but for a lot of people trying to do this on the cheap, that's what happens. And I've seen it happen, you know, and up goes the for sale sign again, and you see it's for sale again a couple years later, and the family's gone. So I would, you know, I'm just going to say Tisdall because I can't pronounce your name. But Tisdall, I would say try and figure out some way to do it and not get into massive debt. Or if you have a solid game plan of continuing income that you know will be there if you get a loan, you know, go ahead. But I will always say stay out of debt. Debt is modern slavery, guys. It will keep you trapped, and it'll keep you being a slave, you know, with that burden of always having to, you know, pay bills every month. Mortgages sometimes can be expensive, and a huge debt, monthly debt. So Bob V, can you take us to work one day? Can you take us to work one day? I'm not sure, Bob, what you mean by that. I don't like it. Should I save to buy that land for the full cost? You're right. I'm trying to get into futures trading so I can do that when I buy my land to keep me afloat. Yeah, Tisdall, try and I would say try and get all your ducks in a row before you do this. If you're really set on doing this and you know it's going to happen, one strategy you can take is wherever you're at now, start maybe making those simple purchases you know you're going to use now, whether it be tools. Tools are a very important thing when you get out here and start living. If you can take the burden of purchasing tools, and I'm talking about, you know, I do have some battery operated tools, but shovels, you know, pickaxes, you know, spud bars, things that you're going to be using that are small-ish purchases. Start making them now while you can afford them. If you have a job or you're living in town, you know, and put them in your garage or put them in your spare room, and you might do this for the next year or 2 or 3, but put all these little things aside that you know that one day you're going to use. Those things will then not be a burden when you get out there. So I would say that's a good strategy. I for years bought things like tools, and you know, they went from storage unit to storage unit, and I knew it someday I would use them, and I did. So you know, that's one strategy to do. But if you can avoid debt, I would do so, and because this can be a massive burden, guys. When you come out here and start living like this, you know, you've been watching all the YouTube videos, and you know, you've looked at all the cute couples on Instagram with their tiny cabins, and it all looks so fun. What you're not seeing there is there's a lot of physical effort and labor required to set up a small homestead and just deal with life out here. So if on top of that you're burdened with, we can't afford our bills now, it's going to be very difficult. So hopefully that made sense, Tisdall. But you know, keep nipping away at it. You know, don't give up on your dream. But you know, do the small steps that you can now to facilitate it being better later on. At 23, learn a trade and become your own master. Yeah. I would say don't rely on, unless you have a current job profession where you can telecommute, or if you're a web developer, or you know, a programmer, and you've got the workload already, and you know you can come out here and, you know, get an income off a satellite. If you don't have that ability, you need some kind of trade with your hands. You know, being a mechanic, being an excellent mechanic, a good mechanic, really works out rural. Not only can you fix your own stuff, but you know, you can fix other people's stuff. Electrical, understanding you know, electrical work. There's a lot of people, they want to set up solar panels, they can't do the work themselves. You know, there are people with money that come out and do this, guys. I suspect they're not watching this channel. You know, if you can go and buy your $1 million property and have contractors and everybody do this stuff, clearly you're not here watching me. But you know, if you're somebody with, you know, minimal means and want to do this, yeah, pick up a trade. There's people out there that'll pay you to set up their, you know, do their electrical work. And you know, if you can do that sort of stuff, good. You know, concrete work, just the trades, building, being able to frame up walls, you know, construction, home construction. These are the things that will find you work out here in places out in the boonies, guys. Welding is another one. I know a couple guys that are excellent welders, and once you get your name out, you can, you know, get jobs. Welding is another one. So Tisdall, I'm going to follow you. You're very wise. If I have any questions, where can I reach you? Yeah, Tisdall, the best place to reach me is probably on, you know, you can comment in here, or gab.com. Just look for Off Grid Warrior. Probably where I spend, you know, I won't say most of my time, but social media time. I'm on X, Off Grid Warrior, which is, I've been on X for a long time, or Twitter, but I've never used it for many years. I've just had an account, so I'm trying to fire that up again. And I'm on Facebook, but I'm not. I don't have Facebook on my phone. I don't have it. I don't use it. I auto post to Facebook, but I just refuse anything Facebook. So don't waste your time trying to reach out to me on Facebook. It's absolute garbage. So I don't know. Hopefully that answers your question, Tisdall. Did I miss one there? Yeah, Bob, you actually said, going back to Bob there, can you take us to work one day? Right now there's no work, Bob. It's been I've been jobless for quite some time. That's why I'm online begging. Oh, you're just referring to what I do out here? Yeah. I actually thought about, you know, anybody online who wants to come and do this, perhaps spend a week out here with me through a winter, you know, 5 days a week at the most. If you're thinking or would like to do something like that, maybe you guys, if you're willing to, for a small donation or something, yeah, cheaper than a cruise ship down to the Caribbean, you could come and hang out with me for 5 days and you know, live like a refugee on a mountain. You know, maybe we could do something like that. Contact me if you want to do something like that. Bring your own sleeping bag and mattress. Be prepared to you know, do a bit of hiking and be cold. Yeah, Tisdall, the best way is to reach out to me. You could email me at offgridwarrior@gmail.com. offgridwarrior@gmail.com. Probably going to get a whole lot of garbage now that I've said that, but it's probably the way and I don't check email, and I'm not online every single day, guys. So if you do reach out to me and you don't hear from me immediately, just, you know, hang in there. Okay, where were we? Regenerative life, Wayne. Living off grid is the way to go now. I'm retired twice at 55. My mortgage interest rate is 2.7. There is no way I could afford to spend 6% and up on purchasing a house now. Grand. Yeah. I mean, I see some folks struggling out there right now. You know, the vast majority of Americans, and I can't speak for, you know, Europe. I don't have a idea of what's going on there now, but the vast majority of Americans are paycheck to paycheck. They're also, most of them are quite heavy into debt, and are just struggling to, you know, get to work, to get back home, to get to work, to get back home, just to pay bills. And it's just a burden of bills. And they've got all the stuff, guys. You know, they've got every single account and subscription, and they've got the Netflix, and they've got, you know, all the toys, and they're just up to here in debt. So I don't think that's the way to live. So you've got to figure a way how to not get into that trap. And, you know, it took me a while. I was definitely in that trap for quite some time, guys. But that's no way to live, with that burden of I've got to make my bills. That just makes good robots when you live like that. You're just a good little robot, you know, a good controlled robot slave when you're in that loop. And, you know, I know it's fun. All the fun and shiny new stuff is quite exciting for many, but some of us have to go through those trials and tribulations to realize that you know, shiny stuff really doesn't mean anything in the end. So yeah, I see people struggling all the time, and you know, I don't. The housing issue and housing costs in the States has been, you know, young couples nowadays, you know, it's quite natural for people to get married, you know, and then they're thinking about kids, and, you know, the mortgage comes along and buy a home, and there's sort of we're sold as a natural progression that we need to get into, and all of it involves debt, guys. You know, then you've got to have the right car, and then the kids come, now you have to have the SUV, and it's just debt upon debt upon debt. And even though it's like, oh, I've got a great job, I can pay for it, and we can get a second car, we can afford it, it's just, you know, more entrapment. It's no way to live. So yeah, if you guys, you know, the hardy folks, I guess there's a lot, maybe folks that are probably a lot more hardy watching my channel, or prepared to do the work or get dirty themselves. If you're somebody who's willing to grind away at making your dream happen physically and put in the work, you can find, you know, properties that are, you know, without a house, without a you know, electricity, without a well. And if you think outside the box, guys, you can make it happen. There's also folks out there willing to, you know, rent small chunks of their land. I know that may not appeal to some. Maybe you can strike a deal with a landowner to, you know, rent some land, and you know, try it out that way. But there are ways to do it, guys. You just need to think outside the box. The first loan that I got on my property was, you know, I like the sell by owner. Real estate agents are actually not necessary, guys. If you can do a bit of reading and do a lot of the paperwork yourself, you don't need real estate owners. If you can contact landowners, property owners, people who are selling by owner, try and find deals like that where you can cut out real estate agents, which aren't necessary, guys. You don't need a real estate agent if you've got half a brain and can do the paperwork yourself. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise. You know, read contracts, make contracts, sit down with the property owner. You can do it yourself, and save money that way. Or find third party independent loan companies. I had a loan company that was family owned. They did small property loans. This is a few years back, my place in Washington. And so I didn't deal with the bank. And I paid this small loan company off, which were actually good people, like I say, family owned. So there's ways to do this, guys. Just you got to think outside the box. Okay, well, I'm babbling on here. What do we got in chat here, guys? Do you have a direct contact? We covered that. Lol, I'm net on social media at all. Nil or net. Yeah, guys. You know, if I didn't have a stream and wasn't posting videos, there would be no need for me to be on social media. You know, I kind of post notifications of upcoming videos and that just because that's what I have to do in order to make this happen. But you know, I definitely would not be on social media if I was not doing this, for sure. Housing land prices have hit ludicrous speed. Yeah. I know what's going to happen in the future here in the States, guys. You know, there's a lot of optimism, and I suspect things might get better with the economy, and you know, I think it's got to be better than what it has been economically, and that would be nice. You know, it's good when people are finding jobs and getting paid well, and you know, living their dreams and able to live their dreams. But the last 4 years or whatever it's been now have been tough on a lot of people, guys. Yeah, and in the area I'm at, let's just say we've had movement over the years, but you know, the whole, you know, the political upheaval we had a while back here with the whole BLM stuff, and then we had the COVID thing. A lot of folks were fleeing major cities in the US and flooding out to rural areas, you know, people that were just sick with what was going on in big cities. And of course that drove up prices. It was really problematic. We had I happen to know some people that were in the real estate business in northern Idaho, and they were telling me that they were having buyers from places like California, particularly, rolls eyes. They were buying properties out here sight unseen. So that these you know, folks with some cash in California were going online, looking at properties, and then just making offers and buying them without even coming out and seeing the property. So a lot of young kids, young locals, were just they could not buy property. A young couple that grew up rural, you know, working a small job at the grocery store. There's just no ways they're going to be able to compete with that and buy homes. I've seen old, dilapidated homes where, you know, the roofs are falling in a small rural town, sell for, you know, $300,000-$400,000, whereas just a few years before they were selling for, you know, 60 or 80. Same with rural land. Are you trying to get in on the action over here? Is this the Ranger show? Are you wondering who I'm talking to? I guess we're going to call this the Off-Grid Ranger show. No licks, no. Sorry, guys. Not very professional having my dog lick my face. I know. Okay, where are we? Hang on, guys. I'm going to let Ranger out. Back in a second. Okay, we're back. What did I miss? Did I miss any action, guys? Tisdall, how much do you go live? How much do you go live? Sorry, How much I go live? Right now, once a week on Saturdays, Tisdale, the same time, 6:30 is usually when I'm live. And of course, as some of you know, I am on a satellite dish. So if there's a winter storm or heavy snow and it's a Saturday and you guys don't hear from me or something weird happens, it's probably weather or the generator has died. What we got here, how much land is suitable for hunting and fishing? Also, if you want to build a house later, on how much land do I need? It's really about how much land can you afford. Tisdale, yeah, I mean, how much land can you afford? An ideal situation is to find something remote that perhaps butts up against, national forest or, public lands. You can find deals like that. Ranger barking outside, guys. So, I mean, you could literally have, 2 acres butted up against a national forest or, public lands, and sky's the limit. How much property tax do you want to pay every year? If you have 20 acres and 9 acres of it is on a mountainside and you can't do anything with it, like my first property was on a mountainside, and there wasn't much I could do with the property. What good is the rest of it really doing for me? It's nice having lots of trees you can cut down for firewood if you're depending on firewood, but then you can also cut firewood on government land. You just get yourself a very cheap permit for a couple bucks and you can go cut your firewood. So it's about what you can afford, what's available. There's no ideal size, I would say, as long as you can have space around your little home and have gardens and maybe have a few critters with some space. Go with that, because often you'll find if you get lots of land, there's not much you're going to do with it. You'll just be paying for it every year. Family plan. Those Californians, yeah. Those Californians probably just lost a whole bunch of subscribers now, guys. Sorry. All right. What's the best times you've had while bushcrafting? The best times? Nobody's around. Beautiful scenery, beautiful sunsets. Sitting there, just thinking, wow, how lucky am I? Just living in the moment. Those beautiful days up on a mountain. I'm kind of a mountain guy. I like sitting up on top of a mountain, watching the sunrise, watching its sunset, just watching nature do its thing. I get a lot of serenity in that. So if I'm out there making a fire and camping and I've just got this beautiful scenery around me, that's the best time. Where is a good place to find landowners? I don't know. Clearly not Century 21 or a large real estate agent. I don't know. I haven't looked at Zillow for a long time. There are some online places where you can filter by, sale by owner. Sometimes, small independent real estate agents, if you walk into their office, you could perhaps sit down with a guy who's an independent agent in a small town and try and find somebody who specializes in rural property out in the boonies. Establish the geographic area you want to go, and then try and find Joe Schmo real estate agent if you have to, and do it that way. Find properties, drive, go to where you take a vacation where you want to go, and just drive around in your car and look for sale. Speak to coffee store owners, speak to locals. Anybody selling property. But try and bypass the usual real estate agents. They just want to fleece you for as much cash as possible. So you know, it's doing the work. Get out there, ask questions, speak to people, look for places for sale, buy owner. I'm sure there's sites out there where you can search for, you know, for sale by owner. Yeah. Tisdale, I live in Georgia, Forest Park. Want to move off grid? I'm 23 and want to invest in land. Yeah, well, you know, Tisdale, just start doing the work now. If that's your mission in life and you know that's where you want to go, just start now. Have some patience. Have some patience and just do the baby steps to get there. You might do research now and find you want to stay in Georgia. You know, there might be some great areas around rural where you're at, and you might change your mind in a couple years when you're ready to buy. You might change it to somewhere else. But you know, start doing the homework. Living on the highest mountain, looking down on the rest of us. Yeah, family plan. Yeah, I'm the Lord of my mountain kingdom, looking at all the little peons down there. No. Yeah, that's not how I think, but yeah. Country girl. I want to get land in Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee sounds good. Just know, guys, if you want to come this far north, you better be ready for winters. In my experience, that's what drives away young families and people wanting to be off-grid is they move from the south, they come up here, and their first winter is absolutely brutal. And they freeze. And they're gone, not to ever spend another winter. Okay, so lol, family plan, yeah. Hey guys, how long we've been going? I see the viewers are dropping here. We've got to watch the viewers, you know. Make sure I'm not just talking to myself. But if any of you guys have questions, I go off what you guys bring to the conversation. You know, I could just babble on about nonsense, guys, but you know, I'm sure that would scare people away and would get boring very quickly. So, yeah, what other questions we got, guys? Otherwise, we're going to call it an evening. Yeah, thanks, Tizil. I don't consider myself a mentor, but yeah, like I say, if you got any questions, you can reach out to me. I'll try to get them. Just be patient if you don't get an instant reply, because you know, I don't. Contrary to what some people may think, I don't actually live online. You got to fire up a generator, and you have to use fuel, guys. You don't just you know, willy nilly sit online for hours. Any plans for trip down the hill tomorrow? Well, it is Sunday, and you know, Sunday is you know, the big house day. So yes, there is plans to head down and you know, do a little trip to the next state over to get to the big house. So, but you know, I've said that the last 2 weekends in a row. I do have some legitimate excuses, but tomorrow I think the weather's looking okayish. I should get down to you know, visit the old church. What else we got here? Yeah, I see. You know, I did get some mail from a couple people that are normally on here. I don't know if you're on here and not just chatting tonight, but if you're online and you're the person who sent me the Christmas card and the Christmas cookies, I won't mention names, but they were very delicious. Very delicious. Someone did send me a can of cookies, and I picked them up. And honestly, guys, by the time I got home, half the tin of cookies was gone. and then the other half was eaten that same night. So, you know, a good amount of cookies that could fill two hands were gone by the evening, after I picked them up late afternoon in town. So if anybody wants to send me cookies, please do. Or honey. Honey is something I'd like to, PO box in the description, guys. That's me begging for cookies and honey. So yeah, don't tell anybody, guys. All right, don't tell anybody I'm begging for sugar. Okay, I really appreciate you tonight. You've answered all of my questions. I appreciate you again. Hey, sure, Tizol, no problem. You can feel free to reach out to me. Just remind me who you are when you do. Yeah, you have a good Christmas too. All the best to you. Thank you. Yeah, what else we got, guys? Is that it? Should we call it an evening? If I get a few more questions rolling, we'll keep going. We've got some time here. I did stuff food down my gullet before the stream. It was an absolute jam of, you know, get the snow melt, get in the shower. As I had the shower, I had food going. I shoved that down my mouth, and I filled it with the lights for 10 minutes. Frustrated because they're all getting into knots. But I think we have a bit of time. I don't have to do all those chores after the stream. We're really breaking records tonight, folks. We got 7 viewers. Yeah, so, okay, well, I'm definitely not the chattiest, so if you guys don't have any more questions for me, we might just wrap things up, guys and gals. Yeah, did I miss any questions over here? Any questions? Yeah, well, that's it, guys. Mute, hey, Mute, thanks a lot for swinging by. And yeah, mate, I appreciate you coming by again. Thank you. Family Plan, thank you too. Merry Christmas to you. And yeah, guys, I think on that note, Whispering Vines Studio. Merry Christmas and good night. Thank you for swinging by tonight. I was wondering if I'd see your name this evening. Maybe you've been hanging out in the shadows. But yeah, I just want to thank you folks again who sent me the Christmas card and cookies. Delicious, and yeah, Christmas card was nice. Okay, guys, Ranger's barking outside. I think the generator's been running long enough, so you were late. That's okay. We had a few other late folks tonight as well. You can always re-watch the stream. It was a mix of clips this evening. Whispering Vines, we had clips of basically me building the chicken / quail megaplex and a few other things I threw in there. And so, hey guys, guys and gals, have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas. Have a good one. And we're gonna shoot for another, another stream next week, probably the same time. I don't even know what day it is. Saturday at 6:30. If there's any changes, I will, put the change or let you guys know in the community tab on this channel, folks. And again, if any of you inclined, there are some support links in the description to the video. So if you can help out in any way, support the channel, I might appreciate it. So that's it, folks. You have a good evening. Have a good New Year's. Yeah, just around the corner. And we'll see you again. There won't be any video tomorrow that I'll be releasing. Just didn't happen. So, yeah. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for